Good morning, children. So today again we are in chapter 1 only, that is revision of Java concept. So today we'll be going through conditional control structure. Conditional control structure. So children, this is a very important topic. So we have to understand this properly, because now we are forwarding our step toward programming section. So see here, what are the topics we need to cover in conditional control structure? Number 1, if else. So if else is a part of decision making where the statement may be either true or may be either false. The probability of getting true as well as false is 50%. So when you get the program, first of all you have to read the question properly. You have to understand that what sort of conditional control structure you are going to implement. So listen children, one question. Like suppose you have one number and your logic, you have to make a logic that whether the number is odd number or even number. Now what is the probability of getting odd number as well as even number? 50%. So such type of questions where either there is true or there is false, we have to use if else statement. So these are used when there are true or false statement. Clear children? So this is the first part. Now second part of conditional control structure we have is a nested if or nested if else. So children, nested if, it only focus on positiveness, that means true statement. It will not check for the false statement. Whereas nested if else, it focus on certain statement which has more than two conditions. Okay, there may be true, there may be false, again true, again false, again true, again false. So multiple condition, when you have more than two condition you have, you use nested. Nested means use of many, use of more. If you are using if else many times, that becomes nested. Nested if means if inside the if, condition inside another condition is known as nested, creating a nest. That means when you have more than two conditions, you have to use nested part. And when you have only two conditions, you can use if else part. So there are so many programs like calculating the grade or displaying the grade of a student. So grade may be first division, second division, third division, or maybe fail. See how many conditions you have? 4 conditions. You have to use nested if else. Even you can use nested if also, no problem. Option is there. Okay, which one you feel comfortable, you can use that. So third part of conditional control structure is switch case. Now see children, switch case is one special type of conditional control structure by which you can execute only one statement. It's a jump statement. In switch you have to pass a value and that value should match with the case value. And when it matches with the case value, that particular case get executed. One simple example, gender, male, female. You got the option 2, but you can select only one. When you select on male, female is automatically untick or unselect. When you tick on the female, male is untick or unselect. That means out of many options, you are allowed to select only one. But that selection will be only based upon the switch value. Switch value should match with the case value, then that particular case get executed. Okay children, so understood this one, what is switch, what is case? Now, with switch case, there are two terms used. One is break and another is continue. One more I'll write, that is default. So there are three different keywords which are related with switch case. Break. Workup break is to transfer the control out of block. Now what is block? Block is a curly bracket. So inside this, whatever we write, that is a statement, and this total becomes a block. So when we write a break, the control directly transferred to the end of block. Continue, just opposite. It transferred the control to beginning of the block, starting of the block. End of the block, beginning of the block. Now default. Say, just now I told you switch value matches with the case value. Say suppose switch value is 10, but we don't have case 10. When switch value does not match with case value, then default get executed. When switch value does not match with case value, then default get executed. Default is such situation or such part of switch case which gets executed when switch value does not match with case value. So children, these are the three. One special type more is there, that is point number 4, conditional operator. Conditional operator, or even it is known as ternary operator. Conditional or ternary. Conditional or ternary operator, it has some symbol, that is question mark and colon. The two symbols are followed side by side. How? See here. Let us take one example. Expression 1, then question mark, expression 2, then colon, then expression 3. Now let me tell you, expression 1 is always a condition. So whenever a condition is given, the probability either true or false. When it is true, true statement execute. When it is false, false statement execute. So this is the true and this is the false. So true statements are always after question mark and false statements are always after colon. So this is ternary or conditional operator. It works with the same logic of these two, either if else or nested if or nested if else. So instead of this, you can even use this one. So children, based on this topic, based on if else, nested if else, switch case, conditional operator, some programs are there which you need to understand, because these things already we have learned in class 9 also. It's a revision of Java concept. So the next, in this video, I'm just writing some programs with explanations. Go through carefully, understand it, and listen one more things. If you have computer or laptop at your home, install BlueJ. Everyone should install BlueJ. So when you install BlueJ, you have to install JDK also. These two things together. So install these two things. You can download from official website of Oracle, or you can simply write BlueJ for Windows 7, Windows 8 or Windows 10, but mention the bit 64-bit or 32-bit. It's two different types. Mention that. You can download this BlueJ from Google. Okay, you can type this, you get the links. Basically you get oracle.com, the link is there. Open BlueJ, install it. Okay, after installation, what are the procedure, how to write the program, how to compile, how to get the output, that I'll be continuing, I'll be showing you in this video. So is this clear, children? Okay, then see this. So children, our first program is program to display whether the number is even number or odd number. So let me tell you how to write, where to write, and how to get the output. First of all, you need to download BlueJ and JDK. You can download from any website just type in Google BlueJ for Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, but bits you need to remember 32-bit or 64 bits. Download BlueJ and JDK, install it. So I've already installed. So BlueJ, when you double click, you'll get the first screen somewhat like this. Click on the project, new project, you type here class 10, click OK. You'll get the interface for class 10. Now you can click on the new class, type here P1. Class name is user defined name. You can write any name, any user defined name, but will begin from P1, P2, P3, P4 like that. Click OK. Then double click this one, you get the interface. Then you can use mouse for selection like this, or you can use Ctrl+A for full selection, then press delete key. Now we need to write the package, because packages are the library function, collection of library functions. So the package for Java is import java.io. Asterisk, then semicolon, again import java.lang. Semicolon, then class say P1, so first program, then public static void main. Now what is public? Public is an access specifier, which means that we can access the properties whatever is defined from anywhere within the program. Static, it skips the instance creation, directly we can run the program. Void means no return type, not even null. And main is a function, default function, which send message to compiler that after this main part of the program begins. In this question we need to ask one number from the user, so we'll use the parameterized way. We'll ask the number that should be of integer type. Let us take n as a number. Now we need to take a decision, so we'll use if number modulus 2. It's a modulus operator, because division has two operators, slash and modulus. Slash gives quotient of division, whereas modulus gives remainder of divisions. For even number, the logic is when number divisible by 2 divided by 2, the remainder should be 0. So this part we need to check for 0, so we have to compare. So comparison operator we have to use. Double equal to is known as comparison operator. Compare with 0. If this condition matches, then we'll print system.out.print. But remember, for system, S should be capital. It's a case sensitive. Wherever capital is required, you need to type there. So I'll be writing here even number. But see, inside the print command, inside double inverted comma, whatever you write, that is simply a message which you need to display. Now else part, else is the default. If the number is not even, then by default the number is odd, so that becomes the else part. Write odd number. We'll close the curly bracket of if as well as function and class. Else is closed. This for function, class 1 is extra. Just close it. Compile it, you get no syntax error. When you get no syntax error, that means your program is correct. Say suppose if I miss semicolon, if I compile now, I'll be getting the error, see. So to remove the error, we have to use the proper syntax, proper grammar should be used. Then close it, then right click, void main. If you type the value, say 14, click OK. It's an even number. Then option clear. Now if I need to give any other numbers, say 9. I'll be getting 9 as odd number. So option, clear, close it. So children understood how we write if else. So if else can be written for such program where we have to decide, we have to take our decision, but only two conditions. If we have more than two conditions, we have to move toward nested if else. So is this clear, children? So children, our next question is program to display greater number out of 3 numbers. That means 3 different number we have to ask from the user, and our program should be written in such a way so that it will display the number which has higher value, greater value. But remember one thing, children, here 3 number we have to ask, so we have to ask 3 different number, because our program is to display greater numbers, so there should be some difference between all the 3 numbers. It should not be equal and all. So let us begin the programs. So again we'll open the BlueJ, but now you don't have to create the project. Simply click on new class, type the class name as P2. P1, P2, P3 will continue in this way. Just open this one, Control A full selection, delete it. Let me increase the font size bit. So our first part is import java.io.asterisk, then again import java.lang.asterisk semicolon, then class, this is P2, then public static void main. Now here we have to ask 3 different numbers, so int a comma int b comma int c. Why 3 numbers? Because we are comparing 3 different numbers, so 3 different number we have to ask from user. Now the logic, if say let us consider the first number, so a if greater than b, as well as, that means and operator is written by 2 ampersand, a greater than c. So if this both condition matches together, then we'll print system.out.print, and we'll print greater number, and the value of greater number also, that is plus a. So we can close this one. Now for the second condition, that is else if bracket again. Now we'll take the condition for the second number, so b greater than a, as well as we'll go for the second one, that is b greater than c also. So here again system dot out dot print, and we'll write greater number, that is b. Okay children, now the last one we don't have to give any condition because it comes by default. So system dot out dot print greater number is equal to, that is plus c. We'll close the else part, close the function, close the class. Let us make the small font so that the entire screen is visible. So see here, this is the program. After writing this, we'll compile. Again we are getting no syntax error, that means our program is correct. We'll close this one. Then P2 part, we'll right click, we'll go for the void main. See, it asks for 3 different numbers, so I'll be giving the first number as 10, second number I'll be giving as say 15, and third number I'm giving as 12. Now see, out of these 3 the greater number is 15. Let us check whether our answer is correct or not. So click OK button. Switzerland we got greater number as 15. So this is our programs. So children, the first program which we did, that was using if else, and second program what we did, that is nested if else. So children, our third program is the program from switch case. So for switch case, let me tell you, it is a jumping statement. The switch value should match with case value. As per as switch value, the particular case get executed. So that's why in each case there is one keyword used, that is known as break, which terminate, which transfer the control out of the block. And in this question, so the question is program to display, calculate and display area of rectangle and area of square. So when user input 1, the program will display area of rectangle, and when user input 2, it will display area of square. If user input say 5, 6, 7, 8 or some other number except 1 and 2, the program will display a message say wrong input. That means a default gets executed. So now children, what we have to do is we have to click on the new class. We'll write here P3, the class name. We'll open this one, Control A for selection, then delete it. Then we'll write say import java dot io dot asterisk, then import java dot bank dot asterisk, then class P3, then we'll write here public static void main. Now see children, program 1 and 2 we ask the value during compile time. That means inside the main function we ask the value. That's parameterized way. For switch case we have to use runtime asking the value. That means user input will be during runtime. So for that we have to write here throws io exe eption exception. So here IOE are capital. Now here one syntax we have to write, that is buffered reader, and br is equal to new buffered reader bracket new, then input stream reader, then again bracket, then system dot in, then we'll close the first bracket, second bracket to only we have. We'll close this one. Let me make it small so that you can see this one, entire content. So this is all about the syntax. Now we'll ask system dot out dot print, and message will give, so enter your choice. And user will give a choice, that is int n is equal to the number value. When you ask, you have to write this way, integer dot parse int, and here br dot read line. See, usually what happens when you use buffer reader, you are allowed to ask only a string value, but when you ask integer value from user, you have to convert the value to integer, and in that case we use one keyword, integer dot parse int. So now this value we have to pass inside the switch, as this becomes the switch value. So after switch curly bracket, then case, then space should be there, 1, then colon is there. Now case 1 is for area of rectangle. So for that again we need to ask system dot out dot print. So we'll be asking enter, say length. This is just a message how you need to ask. So int, let us take L is equal to again integer dot parse int br dot read line. So we ask the value, we can simply copy this one by Control C and we can paste it here, and we can right now here make changes, enter breadth, and for breadth I will take as B. So length and breadth we asked from the user. Now we'll display the area. So int area is equal to length into breadth. Now we'll display this one, system dot out dot print. So we'll write here area of rectangle, that is plus A, and we have to give a break keyword as it executes only 1. So case 1 is ended up. Now let us copy this one only and we'll paste here. Just make some modification, like now case will be 2 and we'll ask only one value because for a square we need only a side. So enter side, let us take int s for the side. Area is side into side, and this is area of square, that is A. Break, this part will be the same. Now case 3, we don't have case 3, only we have case 1 and case 2. So we'll write default. In default we'll give one message, that is system dot out dot print, that is wrong input, wrong input. So after displaying the message also we have to use a break keyword as it get stopped or terminate, forgetting this one. Now switch function and class, then we'll compile this one. See, we got no syntax error. We'll close this one, we'll right click on the P3 void main. It asks a choice during runtime. We didn't got a box. Okay, in the previous question we used to get a box parameterized way. This is buffer reader, so we are getting the options to type the value or input during runtime. So the value I'll be giving is, say let us give the value 2. Let me go, say I give 2, press enter. See, it asks me enter side. So now side is 4, then area of square is 4 into 4, 16. Further it won't get any executions. We'll close this one. Again we can check by right clicking void main. Now I want to give the option as 1. See, it's asking for length and breadth. So now area is correct. We'll clear this one also. Now again we'll check. I want to give any other number, say 6. It will give a wrong input because 6 is not there, so default get executed. So children, this is all about this program. So this program, so let us move to the program 4, and the program 4 is from ternary or conditional operator. So this is the program, like we need to display whether the number is odd number or even number, but using ternary or conditional operator. Okay, so using if else already we have learned in program 1. Now the same question we'll be learning using ternary or conditional operator. So we'll use again P4 for the new class. Just open this one, delete it, write import java.io.asterisk import java.lang.asterisk, then class P4, then public static void main. We'll ask only one value. We don't have to take a runtime value, that is only for switch case we need. Then let us take a string value, a string. So S will store the even number or odd number concept. So first of all we'll give the conditions. So we'll give the inside the bracket if n modulus 2 double equal to 0, this is the condition. If this is true, then it will be even number, else means colon, it will be odd number, so now see here, this is the condition, this is true expression, this is odd expression, and the true or odd expressions of value even number and odd number, they are group of character. So to store them I took a variable s which is of string type, because the string can hold a group of character. Now let us display system.out.print, will display simply s, because s is storing the value, the output. Now we'll close this one, we'll compile, we got no syntax error, close it, P4, right click, void main, let us take any value 15. If we compile, it's a odd number option, clear it. Now let us go for another number, that is let us take 18, which is even number. So children's, ternary and if else both are almost same. So the program which can be done using if else or nested if else, the same program can be done by ternary or conditional operator also. So children,